In the western port city of Misurata, Libya's third largest city and until 2 months ago a thriving commercial hub, battle continues to rage along a jagged front line that cuts right through the heart of the city, dividing neighbourhoods, dividing families and putting civilians at immense risk. Hundreds are known to have died. Doctors estimate perhaps as many as 1,000, with thousands more suffering horrific injuries as the bombardment continues. We spent a day there, and this is what we saw. In a city under siege, there is nonetheless a sense of confidence that things are going their way. It can't be long, some in Misurata feel, before the hated Gaddafi regime falls. In the meantime, life is getting harder by the day. Queues for fuel stretch into the hundreds of vehicles. People wait for hours to buy bread.
There is no water, there is no electric, there is no food. There is no food, enough food for children. There is no benzene, gas. Everything is short.
In a bread queue like this one last week, more than 20 people died when long-range Grad missiles rained down around them. The Grad is a new weapon in Gaddafi's arsenal. The rockets can strike anywhere, and they do. And this is evidence that mortar-borne cluster munitions are also being used. With such threats far from the front line, families have left their homes to seek safety in numbers, sheltering in mosques and schools. Many are foreign nationals who want to leave. Their only way out is by sea. There is no safe place left here, this woman tells me. She wants to go home to Sudan. These are Palestinian families, the children singing for the downfall of Gaddafi. They've no idea if anyone's planning to come and get them. Among the most vulnerable are gathered outside the port, black Africans in their thousands, living on the roadside as they have been for almost 60 days. The port itself comes under frequent attack. They're exhausted, they're hungry, and they're angry.
We are here, all the blacks. Sudan, Ghana, Chad, Niger, and all. And Nigeria, we are here.
Right now, we don't know what is going to happen because they've thrown bomb over us, this place to this place, day in, day out. So we are afraid, even maybe we will die here.
It's well known that Colonel Gaddafi has recruited black Africans as mercenaries. The people of so-called Free Libya seem to want nothing to do with them.
We don't know. Only God is our savior. We don't know. There have been promises and promises and promises, but nothing has come out of those promises.
For Libyans living under siege in Misurata, it's home, and many, of course, are fighting to preserve that. But for foreign nationals here, particularly black Africans now, it's not, and they're desperate to get out. They come from a dozen African countries. Mechanics, metal workers, masons and tailors. Unwanted here now. There's little sign their governments are doing anything to get them back. Well, Misurata is, as I say, a divided city, and whilst we've had a glimpse of the humanitarian suffering amongst the civilian population in the so-called free part of the city, perhaps the most serious untold story now is what's happening on the other side of the line, amongst the civilians caught in Gaddafi-held territory. What's happening in their hospitals? What sort of supplies and care are they receiving? Well, quite simply, no one knows, and there's a lot of concern about that in Misurata. But amongst the people that I met and spoke to, there is a sense of tension, of course, but tempered with a real sense of confidence as well, a bizarre confidence that comes from a collective hatred of the Gaddafi regime, a collective sense that things are becoming better organized, better supplied, a sense also that it must now surely only be a matter of time. They say they can't do this alone, they need help, they want NATO to step up its operations, they want help from outside forces, but they are bonded as well by another certainty, a grim certainty that failure and surrender are simply not options here. They've seen what's happened to other pockets of resistance that have fallen elsewhere. They've seen massacre and slaughter by Gaddafi troops, and he's promised them no less if he is able to breach their lines. And that's something they are extremely determined not to allow.